Home, back to school, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. I've got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight. Oh, back to school.
Do I really have to listen to this again?
Welcome back to Real Talk, where we keep it real about life and film. Billy Madison, anybody?
Well,
man.
I don't think if they can figure it out,
That's right.
School starts this week.
That's right. That's what our topic of today's podcast episode.
Back to school. So we're
Back
talking
to
about school films.
School for everybody.
Yes.
I was about to say our school's about to go back to sun. Our son's about to go back to school.
Somebody obviously needs to go back to school.
I don't know. I ain't got a Billy Madison and I got to go back to school so you prove myself, you know what I mean?
Love Billy Madison.
Obviously for anybody, high school, middle school, college kids, anybody going back to school, online, anything, school is school, and it is back in session. School's not out for summer because summer's almost over. Boo, man, school's back in session. That's my version of School's Out for Summer by Pink Floyd.
So,
right?
anywho.
Yeah. Anyway.
All
things school.
Growing up watching Billy Madison, of course, my mom didn't approve it, but we did it anyway.
I'm a big Adam Sandler fan.
Oh, yeah.
Anything Adam Sandler, classic.
Which is funny
Adam
because
Sandler.
she's a huge Adam Sandler fan now.
I don't blame her. Adam Sandler's amazing.
Oh, shampoo is better. No, conditioner is better. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop staring at me, Twan.
You know who would take 30 packets of lunches? It's that goddamn Sasquatch.
Speaking of sack lunches, are these your lunches? You mean you eat everybody's lunches? Stop it!
I thought about putting that on the list, but I didn't think...
You already knew it was going to come up regardless.
I count it as a school movie because, it predominantly
is.
Yeah.
I guess.
It may be about a cop going undercover as a school teacher to find, the son and mom of who they think has all this money that they think who's after, but he's actually after his son. But, it's still a school movie, still dealing with kids.
That's fair.
It's still fun, and the kids are cute, I don't know how this will go over in today's age, but boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
That's how you piss off a liberal.
Right.
But that movie did just celebrate an anniversary because the 4K came out, so it got an original 35mm scan to 4K.
One of my favorite scenes from that movie is when
looks beautiful too.
After he punches out the one kid's dad because he's abusing him, and the principal who's like 3 foot tall at best. She goes,
how did it feel?
She goes, I have to ask, how did it feel when he punched him? It felt great.
Right. Yeah, and after she goes,
that was so funny.
Because it's like so serious at first, kind of like, you hitting somebody in front of all them kids and this and that, blah, blah.
How did it feel?
I got to know something. How did it feel to hit that son of a bitch? He's like, it feels great.
Yeah. That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Kindergarten Cop is a classic.
I want to talk about two of my favorite horror ones real quick.
Okay.
Faculty for one with Josh Hartnett.
Faculty.
Oh my gosh. And of course Elijah Wood.
That was the first movie that I ever saw Jordana Brewster in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's so hard to say when I first saw that movie because when I saw the poster in the movie or in the video store, it just because they did that classic 90s character lineup, I was thinking it was like a Scream attached spinoff or something.
They did that with several movies.
Yeah, so I thought it was attached to Scream in a sense. So that was like, and then it was it's this whole new story, new characters, and I fell in love. And I loved that it was this horror sci-fi alien movie that it was just good. It was well done and it had a well-established cast for its time.
It really, oh my gosh, it really did.
Everybody.
And what's
students and teachers alike.
When you think about this, okay, most people don't know this, okay? Most of them weren't even really known at that point. But the one person that you didn't realize was in that movie, Usher.
Oh, I know
he plays one of the football kids.
Most people did not know that he started out as an actor, and I'm like, dude, in the 90s, that's what he was known for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Josh Hartnett, he was first, he said, cast in this film, The Faculty. He just happened to, H2O just happened to get released first, and then Faculty after, and he kind of gained the variety so crazy. Yeah, and it's because he always was wearing hats and stuff. But it just, he was talking about how, like, you know, just how much fun it was to work on that movie and everything. And fun fact, you know, on The Faculty, since I got to meet John Abrams recently, the couple that was always fighting back and forth through the hallway, you know what I mean? And then finally, you know, they're all makeup because they're both aliens. That was John Abrams, you know, from Bobby from Scary Movie, who I got to meet. And he got to talk about that. He was actually on set, I think he said, for that little bit that he was there, I think he said for like a whole like week or two. Just for that.
Wow.
But he said Robert Rodriguez was great. He got to talk a little bit with some of the guys. Josh Hartnett was great. He said he had a really good time.
And you know, I think the most established person in that movie at that time was Robert Patrick, because he'd been the T-1000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, just everybody, all the teachers, the whole faculty.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The movie's called the whole faculty was cast.
It was. I honestly, it was so brilliant because it's a mixture of like aliens and body snatchers. Yeah. And it was so good, and I loved the end. Yeah, it was. But the next one, and I would honestly be surprised if either of you have seen it, because it did not get a huge hype whenever it came out. Bad Kids Go to Hell.
Yes.
What is it about?
I've never even heard of that. The only thing I know to go to hell is Jason Goes to Hell.
Mr. Know-It-All? Come on. What was it?
What was it? 2010s?
What is it, though?
I've heard of it.
See, you haven't seen it, so you have no idea what I'm talking about.
TJ likes to talk a lot of shit.
He does like to talk.
But everybody that I've talked to about it said it was very well done. They were surprised because, like you said, it didn't get a huge pushing.
Well, anyways, since neither of you know what it is.
I have no idea. Like I said, the only Go to Hell I know is Jason Goes to Hell.
Okay.
What about Drag Me to Hell?
Anyways, that's a terrible movie. We don't talk about that movie here.
Amen.
No, it is the horror version of Breakfast Club. These kids all get put in detention.
I'm intrigued already.
Yep.
And the Judd Nelson,
I'm circling it.
He plays. He's the principal. He's the principal. He is the principal.
That's awesome.
And basically, these kids have to survive the night.
One more time, I own you.
And there are traitors amongst them. It's so good.
No wonder why people said it was. They were surprised it didn't get a bigger following.
Shoot, man, the Breakfast
Club.
To
be fair, it had bigger potential than what they really were able to execute, but it was like a thing that Nelson did on his own.
Well, I mean, that kind of like that's poetic because it's full circle.
I see you circled it.
Yeah. You know what's funny is, in a sense, I first started growing my hair out in high school because that was the first time I saw Breakfast Club, and I really loved Bender's hair. So I was just like, I started growing my hair out because of that, and because it was honestly the year 2005, 2006 was like just a trend for just men, boys in general, teens, all that. Just people growing. All the boys had their hair real long in high school, especially the skaters.
No.
And whenever I was going to school,
I had no hair,
dude. I'm so jealous because you still got a great hairline. I'm losing my hairline, and you shave your head.
It's on Amazon for free for everybody who wants to watch it. Bad Kids Go to Hell, Amazon Prime.
I would happily give you my hairline since you shave your head, and I will take your hairline because you got a great hairline, but you don't even freaking keep your hair. Dude.
So before we get back on the topic,
that's that ticks me. That's the thing that really grinds my gears about bald people.
Do you know the story of
when
why
they're not really bald? But they shave their freaking head when they got a freaking full head of hair. And people like me going bald, wish they had your hair.
So
you keep it.
Anyway. Okay. So before we get back on the topic, the reason I do this,
I know
a little kid that I grew up with had leukemia, and he lost his hair due to the chemotherapy. So we all said, "All right, we're going to do it with you." So we cut our hair, and I've just stuck with it. Granted, I hate hair. I really do.
I would happily give you my freaking hair.
like
I'm losing it.
See, but I got this, so I'm happy.
Okay. Let's get back on to the movies.
So, free on Amazon Prime, huh?
Free on Amazon
Awesome.
Prime.
Put that on my list.
It's so good. I knew neither of you have ever seen it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I had heard about it.
And you were right. It came out in 2012, by the way.
Okay. So,
and of course, classic Breakfast Club by the beloved John Hughes. Rest in peace, my man.
It was funny when when the 30th anniversary come out for it, which was
I know I feel so freaking old.
Like
we weren't even
we weren't even born. Yeah,
not the.
Yeah, I think it's like 40 now, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it's actually this year 40.
Yeah.
So when the
forget about me.
When the 30th anniversary come out, my mom tagged me in it on Facebook and says you should get it, and I said. I've had it for like 6 months already.
Got it on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray. I need the 4K.
Love Breakfast Club.
I need the anniversary 4K release badly.
But that is one of the most iconic teenage school films.
Oh my gosh, 100%.
When they finally all come together to write that paper and have that dance together at the.
Which by the way, you talking about that? Did you know? I just found this out recently.
Oh, I know.
That they had actually smoked weed before that scene.
Yep.
So that's
funny.
Yep.
So that makes sense.
Did you know that I knew that?
No.
Did you know that I knew that you knew that?
So I'm like that. So that makes that scene even more iconic.
Yeah.
Because it's what they were doing in the scene, and they were actually doing it.
Smoking
Anthony
real
Michael Hall. He's all like, the weed, he's cute. You look cute. I forget exactly what he says, but he's like, he's got the glasses. He's like, come on, man. We used to be cute.
Just to keep on old classics, Grease.
Oh, yeah.
Was a spectacular school movie.
I went and seen the 20th anniversary in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, this is going to be stupid. I'm like, why that? I was 10.
You're a dummy. You were a dummy.
So,
Speaking of Grease.
But,
you're the one that I want. One that I want. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Deadpool Wolverine.
You ever notice he's pretty good at cutting everybody off?
I know.
I'm sorry, but I am the host of this podcast.
Doesn't give you the right to cut everybody off.
I don't mean to, but that's the point of having these microphones, because we can all talk at once.
10 years old,
still hear each other.
Seeing it in theaters.
Uh-huh.
I love you guys.
And I remember thinking as soon as I got out, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? This was great.
Yeah, it's a good.
The which, if you haven't seen it yet, you got to look up the Grease lightning scene with no music.
Grease lightning, go,
yeah,
it sounds so hilarious.
It sounds so dumb. He's like,
and you just hear like their shoes.
I have an unpopular thing. Oh. I actually liked the second one more.
Yes.
With, she told Frenchie that. Frenchie got all giddy about it. He's like,
it was with Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. I
mean, they're both really great in their own right,
they
to be
really
honest
are.
with you.
But honestly, some of my favorite music is in the second one.
They're both great.
I did not like the live action movie on Fox.
I need a cool rider. That one's my favorite.
A cool rider. Don't forget, do it for the country.
For the red, white, and the blue.
He's trying to get laid.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, come on.
He's like, I'm joining the military. You need to bang me. And she was falling for it until they opened up the doors.
Yeah. And then she's like, oh, you perv or something. It
was so funny.
You better hurry up before I change the subject.
I was going to say Footloose is another good one we can talk about.
Gotta cut loose.
Now, when they did the remake... I like the remake a little bit more than the original.
Oh, hell
I haven't seen it yet.
No.
Let me get my reason why.
To fight you, bro. It's a shot-for-shot remake. It's so lazy.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's so lazy.
Do you want to know why?
It's so...
In the original Footloose, you don't see the car accident. You don't get to hear the backstory.
That's the point of remakes nowadays.
You hear
they have
backstory.
to...
Not as in full... You hear it fully in the remake.
That's some of the problem with a lot of the remakes nowadays. They got to add too much. Rob Zombie's Halloween.
No, we don't talk about that.
Shut your fucking mouth. It was a good movie.
Sometimes they add too much in these remakes. It's like, it was mysterious back then. Now we got to know why.
The only problem I had with the remake, and I thought they should have done this.
The whole thing was a problem.
Is I said, just like Judd did in Bad Kids Go to Hell, Kevin Bacon should have come back and played the preacher. That would have been a full circle moment.
Honestly, that might have been one of the biggest reasons I already didn't like it, but I definitely was like,
yeah, I mean,
where's that cameo?
Honestly, Kevin Bacon's been getting screwed a lot.
Well, I think Kevin Bacon just straight up let us know. he didn't like the script or the movie either because they probably pitched it or came to him.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And he turned it down.
I'm just a big Kevin Bacon fan, mostly for Tremors, because that was actually my first Tremors. Kevin Bacon.
He got screwed over on Tremors.
He did. Oh,
yeah, the Tremors TV series. Did you? We got a trailer. They're like, oh well, even though you're not getting the series, here's what we could have got. And it's like, damn it, I almost wish we wouldn't have gotten anything at all.
Netflix, pick it up. Pick it up.
Come on.
Pick it up. Somebody pick it up.
Yeah, you heard her Netflix.
Nobody, what's that saying? We're not getting any younger. Right?
But I'm a big biased Tremors fan. I love Tremors. Yeah. Tremors is one of my favorite series.
Gotten so off topic, I forgot what we were talking about.
School
another really good
let's go back to
school movie. Zac Efron did 17 again.
Oh yeah,
that was
Rest in Peace, Matthew Perry.
Now, granted, that was like the fourth time it had been redone.
Right.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite ones, though. It was a really good one.
It was, but it was so well done, and it's like I didn't find anything that I didn't like about it. Like
it was cute. My God, Liquid Blonde. That's not even no school movie.
What?
Ain't no school movie.
What?
Liquid Blonde.
Excuse me, but she gets into Harvard?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I thought he said Liquid Mom.
I haven't seen Legally Blonde 1 or 2.
What?
Red, White, and Blonder since.
I
didn't say not at all. Not since. Like 2000.
Oh my God. Legally Blonde is my favorite movie. She goes to college because she's trying to win back her ex, but then she realizes she's a really damn good lawyer.
I don't think Harry Potter counts because that's magicians.
No, that counts. It's going to school.
You got into Harvard Law.
Learning about math.
Yeah, like it's hard?
What, like it's hard?
like it's hard? Come on, Harry Potter. We don't have real life.
Don't stomp your last season Prada shoes at me, honey.
Hey, bro, we've been learning spells of Avada off the day.
Yeah, Harry Potter is it's a great, like, Harry Potter goes to school.
He goes to school in the first movie, and then the rest of the times he's kicked out?
No.
He goes to school
he never gets kicked out.
Movie.
He does in the last movie.
No, in the last.
Why were they camping then?
Ryan Gregory.
Shut up. We haven't marathoned in so long, so.
Now, technically.
He decides to not go back to school because Dumbledore's been killed. The Death Eaters have taken over the this. Oh my God! It's been out for 10 years.
Technically, in 5, he did technically get kicked out for doing the Patronus trial.
Okay. He didn't get kicked out. It was almost kicked out.
Okay.
21 Jump Street's a fun one.
Mm-hmm. That is a fun one.
Good TV series. And
I'm gonna say the original TV series.
And the fact that they got to. Cameo in the movie.
I know. Yes. It was such a funny conversation watching them die on the floor.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes from that is right before they go to school and Jonah Hill is praying to Korean Jesus and Ice Cube's like, leave Korean Jesus alone. He ain't got time for your bullshit. Right. Get on out of here. Get to your moms.
What did they replace him with in 22 Jump Street? Because he said we ain't got Korean Vietnamese. Jesus no more. Yeah, we use Vietnamese Jesus.
I think though my all-time favorite scene from that movie, and for those of you on my friends list that are watching this, I apologize if it offends you, but I don't care.
Wow, TJ.
Yeah, that was a little loud. When they find out in 22 Jump Street.
The girls.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Channing Tatum. Shit, fuck the captain's dog.
I know.
I thought that's where you were going.
That was funny. I was going to say that's probably one of my favorite moments, too.
Apologies.
The more he says it, that's another foot in your ass.
My apologies for the weird, awkward TJ Adams talking about Bang Bang, the captain's daughter, and my apologies for the noise. What?
I don't apologize for nothing. Even though I apologized before.
Nothing. You mean nothing or nothing? Like nut-in?
Okay, let's move on, please.
Anywho.
I like nuts in my peanut butter.
16 Candles was one of my favorite ones growing up.
We should have just kept it on John Hughes talking about breakfast club.
Basically, any John Hughes film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
But 16 Candles, I thought that was really well done.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good coming to age story.
And
I think I saw Breakfast Club first, then 16 Candles.
I did too.
The fact that the woman that played her mom did not know until they started filming it that she had forgotten her daughter's birthday. She said she ended up crying because she's like, as a mom herself, she's like, that is like the shittiest thing you could ever do is forget your kid's birthday.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
That's what happens in 16 Candles.
I'm just saying, why would you?
I couldn't imagine. I start planning Dutch's birthdays a year in advance.
You start planning Dutch's birthday the day after we have his birthday party.
I planned his first 4 birthdays before he turned 1.
TJ knows just as well as I do. I'm not joking. Maybe the next day she'll be like, look what I have already put in a wish list for Dutch's birthday next year. I'm like, girl, he just turned 4.
Actually, if you look in the vlog.
That's why he's getting so old. That's why time's flying. You're just planning it.
If you look in the vlog where we did his birthday this year, you hear Sarah go, well, next year we're doing, I think we're doing Sonic.
Right in the video.
I'm trying to
and you're like,
wean him to Sonic.
You're like, we're in the middle of his birthday right now, and you're planning next year already. But I think one of my favorite.
Hey, don't waste all my ink, mister.
One of my favorite lines from 16 Candles, because it's one of the most iconic lines, ironically, is Dong, where is my automobile? Automobile?
What's your deal, Ryan?
Honey, where's my super suit? That reminded me of.
Oh, okay.
But that's not a school movie. The second one is because the girl goes to school and she falls.
That would have been 2 episodes ago. We would have talked about that.
Oh, shut up.
Never Been Kissed is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You've never been kissed. What do you think Dutch got here?
That was. I remember watching it as a teenager, and I'm thinking, the sad part is this probably happens more than we realize.
Oh, I'm sure. Like in some of the worst parts.
There's been, I think, some articles that have come out where they caught somebody and,
No. We're not talking about that. We're talking about...
No, not caught doing things. I mean, people being older of age and going back to school without telling people, and they do it anyway.
I was referring to...
I love David Arquette in the film, because David Arquette's just... He's hilarious. Like, he can be such a good, serious actor, but he's hilarious.
Like... I
loved it.
When they do the flashback scene from her prom, and that guy throws
the eggs,
and you just your heart broke for her because it's like
if anybody's ever had that moment,
and she's screaming, she's not Josie Grossi anymore. It's like, man, you really don't think about the effects of simple words, and 30 plus years later, I've been out of high school almost 20 years. And I often think back to when I was an asshole to everybody.
Wow, TJ.
I'm not even kidding when I tell you this. The day I graduated, because I was 20 years old. I was already pissed off because of the fact I had to restart high school. I walked off the stage. I said, fuck you all. You can all die now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that is very negative, and I
was not a very happy person.
Keep yourself off camera that way.
At my 10-year high school reunion, I apologized to everybody. And everybody's like, what are you talking about? I don't remember that. I'm like, well, it always stuck with me because I felt really bad, and it's like, all right, dude. You had a right to be mad. You were stuck in high school an extra 2 years.
Right.
I'm like 3 years older than everybody. And it's like, I think back to my actions, and it's like, I could have definitely chose some words differently back then.
Ryan, do you got a favorite?
It was TJ, everybody. Mute.
Okay. Even though I can be heard.
You can be heard off our camera.
Yeah.
Come on,
what?
I just asked you a question. Answer me.
Are we going to get in trouble by the principal? Are we going to detention? Will we be in school supervision?
Don't even get me started on that.
I'm going to have to write notes. Anybody ever been in school supervision while we're on the topic?
No, never.
In school supervision?
I never got in trouble. I've never been detention.
In junior high.
Yep.
Out of the 2 years I was in junior high, I spent probably 180 of those days in detention, suspended, whatever.
Now, school supervision was nice because you could just chill and get a lot of shit. In my defense,
most of it was because I beat the hell out of the kids that made fun of the really handicapped kid that we had.
Get it.
Nelson was he's a nonverbal autistic. He really didn't talk, and they would all and I'd beat the hell out of them.
Fair enough.
Do what you got to do, man.
Others was, my own doing. High school, I don't think I really got in trouble in high school, which is weird.
So I kept my
You just said that you spent half the year in detention.
No, that was junior high. That's why I say TJ's always talking about junior high.
Does it matter?
Yeah, there's high school and junior high. High school, I don't.
I took high school very seriously after my freshman year because I lost a lot. I lost, I think, 2 or 4 credits my first year.
Ooh, what'd you do?
I just wasn't doing my homework or passing the test or doing it. And so my shit went down. I had to take it over again.
My freshman year.
While everybody was taking like college algebra senior year, I was still taking basic algebra.
My freshman year was 9/11.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
So
You're not that much older than us.
It's not until next month.
I'm 37.
Yeah, I'm 35. That happened whenever I was in 5th grade.
And I'm 38. Okay.
I was a freshman in high school when 9/11 happened.
There's no way. If you were only 2 years older than me, how did you go
he would be because I was in 7th grade.
Yeah.
I was in 7th grade or whenever it happened. I remember. I was in 7th grade.
Was it 7th grade whenever it happened?
Yeah, but we can talk about 9/11 when 9/11 rolls around again. Whenever we can pay that podcast tribute.
My point is, it's to do with high school.
But yeah, no, you were in high school if you were 2 years old.
So my freshman paper that year for freshman comp, I wrote on the effects of 9/11 and what it did to me and all that. I got
that for 9/11.
No, I'm pretty proud of this.
You should be proud of it.
Can we just finish the thought?
I'm just saying it's
Ryan.
So I got 100% on the paper.
Mm-hmm.
And it got sent to every single branch of the government, all the way up to the freaking White House.
That's cool.
I got a letter back that it touched them, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't even remember what I wrote, but I just remember that paper, it took so much emotion because of, the current events at that time.
Yeah. That would have been, should have saved that for the 9/11 podcast.
Oh, no.
Okay,
more impactful.
Let's get back onto the school topic.
That ain't about school, though. I know we were in school when it happened.
Ryan, what was one of your favorite back-to-school movies?
Bro, I love school movies, anything school movies.
Well, great. Talk about one.
Old School.
I never watched that.
Yeah, it's not really a school movie. It's more of like a frat.
They're in college.
Okay, Van Wilder then, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Van Wilder was a good one. He spent lots of time
Van
in
Wilder
college.
School of Rock for summer.
If you haven't seen
School of Rock.
If you haven't seen Van Wilder freshman year.
No, it's stupid. Stupid.
No, it wasn't.
That one and the sequel stupid. Even though they brought Cal Penn back.
You didn't like Rise of Taj?
No. Van Wilder is where it's at. It's where it's at. I'm gonna tell you now.
Man, I had a thought and I lost it.
Everybody school.
What's some of your
Back to the Future? Back to the Future.
Honestly, some of my favorite school films, like I liked Mean Girls. That was a funny one.
Mean Girls 2.
I never watched Mean Girls 2.
That was okay.
But I really liked Amanda Bynes in She's the Man.
Yes.
I thought that was a really good one. But I really liked Amanda Bynes. It's sad that she's ended up the way she was. But that movie was really fun because, I don't know.
Fuck Dan Schneider.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. But
we'll get into that.
Amanda Bynes, and you felt bad for her.
We'll get into that on the documentary part. When we do that.
Yeah, fuck you, Ryan. Here's your own medicine. How's that taste?
All right.
Pretty edgy.
And that's been Real Talk. Cutting it short. 30-minute podcast episode.
All right, so
just kidding, everybody.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. Keep listening. People probably already clicked out, but who's listening anyway? What, 8 people?
I don't know.
All I know, the views suck on this channel.
So what?
Real talk.
We're not doing it for, them. We're doing it for us. We're
supposed to be entertaining everybody.
Well, we're good there.
Yeah.
Not every podcast starts off with thousands of views, Ryan.
I'm not looking for thousands of views. Boom, right off the bat. But I'm just saying, like, you think people, especially everybody who was like smashing the out of it back in January of this year, telling us how excited they were for it, and like nobody's even commenting on them.
Yeah, well, that happens. Okay, so it's not really a high school.
Shout out to your mom though. She did just comment on the superhero podcast.
Oh, cool.
She said Buffy was her favorite superhero and Spike was her favorite villain.
But Pretty Little Liars was really good.
So
until the end.
I read the books. The series was nothing like the books. Nothing like the books.
What's funny is because she was the executive producer of the whole damn series.
And I don't understand it. The ending of the books.
Mm-hmm.
Are you good, bro?
Now, correct.
I'm just looking for more school movies, bro.
Okay.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this, because I didn't read the books, but I heard that the big bad A, as they called it, was actually Ezra.
No.
No?
No. So in the book, it's actually Ashley had a twin sister. And her twin sister was unstable and basically killed Ashley and buried her.
You mean Allison?
Well, yeah, whatever her name was. But basically buried her and took on her life.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting a little dark for a school podcast.
It was crazy. It was honestly crazy. No. What happened? Okay, now I remember what happened. So A had a twin.
Yeah.
The twin pretended to be A and then changed her life. A got sent to a different school. Yeah. Well, that A came back and killed her twin sister for taking her life from her. And then that's why she gets the girls, because the girls had a hand. Honestly, it was the stupidest reason on the planet, but because she was popular and they shouldn't have been popular. So she had to come back and ruin their lives.
And then in the TV series, it was not Hannah, but Emily. No, Spencer. Shit, I'm bad with names. She had the twin. Her mom was a twin with Allison's mom.
Oh, okay. I didn't finish the series.
They got booted into obscurity, so they came back to ruin all their lives. Her mom ended up killing Allison's mom, and I'm like, man, this is dumb.
Nothing like the books. Nothing like the books. Honestly, I couldn't get past the first episode because it was terrible.
You got any more
just listening, man.
School movies?
Just listening.
We can talk about Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
That's a good one. I know he's technically taking a day off of school, but it's
still a school movie.
Still a school movie.
They're in
Principal
school.
comes to his house to check.
I played Hitchy for senior skip day.
By the way,
you played what?
I said I skipped school on senior skip day my senior year.
Oh my god, no, you didn't.
But only like half the seniors skip because the principal was like, if you skip, you're all gonna get in school suspension and you can't go to graduation and graduate and shit like that. But
we all skipped.
Yeah. But there's half people that got scared because of that threat.
That's a school tradition.
Yeah. They started getting strict, man. My senior year, they closed our freaking open campus. We couldn't leave school anymore and go to eat lunch somewhere because people were stupid.
Like people were scared to do the senior prank. Our senior class let all the mice out of the lab.
My senior prank happened at my prom.
I don't know if we did one, to be honest with you. I think our senior prank was just skipping school.
We had people show up in like these mini like golf cart kind of things and do circles on the dance floor and then roll out.
Okay.
It was pretty funny.
So, Ferris Bueller.
On the principal's car. Or in his office. He called the shit. Boom.
So Ferris Bueller. It had to be awkward for Matthew Broderick at that time because Jennifer Grey was his girlfriend in real life at that time.
Was she?
And she was playing his sister.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, that's gotta be awkward, dude.
Well, I guess no awkward for Dexter and Deb.
Yeah. And while they were over in Europe, I think it was, promoting, I think it was Ferris Bueller. Mm-hmm. Matthew Broderick hit a guy and killed him.
Oh.
And Jennifer Grey was in the car.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a good.
Yeah, that took another dive.
Real fast.
You know.
Why isn't he in jail, huh? Tell me that.
Because
he's a movie star.
No, because their laws are different over there. He paid a big fine and some other stuff, and
I'm gonna go to celebrity court. I'm gonna make sure he pays for the rest of his life.
But you know, I love Ferris Bueller because just he took one day and did all the things we wish we could do.
Yeah, back then it was cheap or free.
Did you know? Right. Did you know that the parade scene
in the Chicago Art
that
Museum
was an actual parade going on,
real.
And they just so happened to be filming.
Yep. That's funny.
And so when Matthew went up there and started singing,
it was for real.
That was completely ad-libbed.
I was also visited the Chicago Museum whenever I was going to school there back in 2007 whenever I graduated high school. I went to Chicago. I went to the Chicago Museum. It was so cool. I stood where they stood for Ferris Bueller. So at that piece, like
that's cool.
So that whole thing, that whole scene was ad-libbed. All those people in there didn't get paid for it. But I'm like, that's crazy because that was a big scene.
It was a big scene.
And for some reason,
take my eyes off of you.
For some reason,
he sang, right?
No, Donkashane.
What did he sing?
Donkashane.
At the parade?
Yeah.
What did he say? I could have swore he sang, I think my...
Donkashane.
Oh, yeah.
So
I remember now.
When he went up there and took the microphone and started doing that, the cops almost arrested him.
They should have. That's breaking the law.
That's hilarious.
But then they saw the cameras, and the cops thought that they maybe just worked something out with the parade people.
It's okay. It's just Leonardo DiCaprio with his wiener out and a lot of little kids around, but he's a celebrity. It's okay.
What?
I'm just saying, if you're a celebrity, it's totally okay.
I don't remember that happening.
I'm not talking about movies. I'm just saying you can do whatever you want. Leonardo DiCaprio can show his little ding ding in front of kids at a school on school grounds, and they'd be like, "Oh, it's just Leonardo DiCaprio. He's in Titanic, remember?"
No, but
that's what would happen. So school
when
people do that.
When the city of Chicago found out about this, because they found out when the movie came out, they thought that was one of the coolest things ever because it all just kind of
melts together.
It really went with the theme of Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, it is cool.
When they filmed the scene in the restaurant where they eat that real fancy meal, they paid for everybody's food.
Oh, neat.
Because they weren't extras. It was people. They just so happened to just film shit while real life was going on.
That's funny.
And so
that gives it a more genuine thing.
Yeah. The museum, they donated, I think it was like $10,000 to it because, it's a museum. You don't really film crap in there. I was like, man, this movie just got a lot cooler.
There's been such a wanted sequel for years, decades now. People have been wanting a Ferris Bueller sequel.
They had apparently written one.
You can do one now, and you're taking a day off of work. You're playing hooky from work because now you're older.
No, it would be his kid does it.
Just stop it with the touching of the sequels of the classics like Dumb and Dumber. That's like touching Forrest Gump, doing Forrest Gump 2, or doing Pulp Fiction 2, or you know what I mean?
I hate to bring it to you, but did you know that Forrest Gump was actually a book first, and there is a sequel?
I don't care.
Well, it's different if it's a book.
I'm not a book reader. That's why one day when Sarah wants to do a book to movie podcast,
I'm gonna have to kidnap one of my friends.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to step up the cat because I don't know a gosh darn thing about books to movies except for the fact that Harry Potter was a gosh darn book and that Sarah loves freaking Stephen King and
Heather,
Shining.
When you watch this, when we do this,
and
we kidnap you, you better bring your cookies.
50 Shades of Grey. Sarah loves 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my goodness, she locked herself up in the room with that book. Ooh, you could be hearing whips and chains all night long.
I did like the book. The movies weren't so good, but the book was.
And I wouldn't even be in the room.
Oh.
Hey.
There's
Bad teacher, Cameron Diaz.
No. Good one, too.
Dude, where's my car?
I like Cameron Diaz.
Remember they went to school? Just kidding. Dumb and Dumber.
I just watched
Dumb and Dumber School.
Bad Teacher like a month ago.
Yeah.
Ironically,
I told you guys.
I was watching Bad Teacher with one of my old high school teachers.
That's funny.
You do bad things with your teacher while watching Bad Teacher?
Well, we were at the Elks Lodge.
With your iPad? Oh, no, wait, that's Friends with Benefits.
I know that it's not a movie, but Degrassi.
Yes.
Degrassi. That was like the James Van Der Beek show of the day.
I loved Degrassi. I watched it religiously.
On at the same time as
that was Dawson's Creek on Nickelodeon.
No.
I didn't care about Dawson's Creek.
Actually, no, it was a Canadian
Dawson's Creek was my mom's favorite show.
See, that was the adult show. Degrassi was the kid show.
Okay, but it doesn't change the fact that I like Degrassi.
Yeah. Well, regardless, it was drama. Regardless, okay.
I liked it.
College drama, middle school drama.
Drake should have stuck to acting.
Yeah.
Then wasn't he in a wheelchair?
For a part of it,
shot or something. What happened to him?
So he was a bully.
So I always saw a meme about him.
Well, so he was a bully. And I wouldn't say like he was a major bully, but he could be an asshole. Well, he targeted this one kid, and this kid ended up bringing a gun to school and paralyzed him.
So he got caught in a school shooting, which unfortunately freaking is a sad thing because it happens these days.
That's
so
what
make
I
sure
appreciated.
You stay safe.
Yeah, that's what I appreciate about Degrassi.
Be
like
alert.
it handled real situations.
That sounds like they did. Dang.
You know, talking about that, got to bring up One Tree Hill.
I was getting ready to say One Tree Hill. Bro.
I never watched One Tree Hill.
School shooting as well.
There was an episode where they did the school shooting.
That's scary.
And what it was that made me cry because that kid was.
It was sad. It was a good kid.
All because of what he said on their.
And then
their what am I thinking of? Time capsule. Yeah. They kicked the crap out of him. They beat him up and assaulted him, and it just you felt really bad for this kid. Like everybody forgot his best friend just up and left him because he became popular, and
that's sad.
So
I'm glad it
he the real big jackass of the school. He tried to shoot him and kill him, and failed. And he ended up shooting one of the main characters, and she almost bled to death. But it just tackled a lot of real things because at that time, that was
probably the Columbia.
No, that was like 5 years after Columbine.
That's what I meant to say was Columbine, not Columbia.
I remember where I was the day Columbine happened. I was in homeroom, 7th grade. We were put on. I was
too young. They shielded us.
I was going to say we did not hear about it.
Yeah.
We were put on a national lockdown. We did not get to leave school until 5 o'clock that night because a bunch of jackasses decided that around the country that they were like, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to do it next. And And so they had to make sure that,
it'll never be normalized, but it's just so sad to know that it's almost unfortunate normal thing to hear, like when school's in session and you hear of like 5 to 10 school shootings through the year. And it's just sad because it shouldn't even be a thing.
I actually have an experience with that. Whenever I was going to Wood River School, they found a hit list, and actually my cousin was on it. So and they managed to get the kid and everything, and nothing ever did happen. But we were on lockdown because they found this hit list.
Yeah, hang on, let me look up something. You'll find it interesting. It ties into Columbine.
Well, I don't want to end it on a sad note. Let's get back to talking about happy movies, like Animal House. That freaking horse.
Yes.
I think it is a classic. I think it's been so long since I've seen that movie. I think I remember the horse scene the best. What was that one movie where they created the fake college? Was that called University?
Oh, Accepted.
Accepted.
That
was
a good one.
That was a good one. I was honestly pleasantly surprised with that.
Ask me about my wiener.
Justin Long, everybody.
I love Justin Long. If he's in a horror movie, he's dying.
Yep.
But if he's in a comedy, he's hilarious.
He is. Accepted was just so good. I totally would have went to this school.
You got to give him credit because, a perpetual slacker who bought a mental institution.
It was honestly, it was a great idea, except for Parents' Day.
Except that honestly it might be one of like the ultimate like back to school movies, because you got to think he created his own freaking school because he wanted to impress his parents, and he wanted to help other kids who wasn't getting into the big schools and be like everyone's accepted. You know what I mean? What do you want to do with your life? I don't know. I just want to like, I don't know, something simple. And they're like, well, you can do that here. You know what I mean? Like,
so here's something crazy for you. You like Gotham, right?
No, I've never watched it.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, Gotham sucked.
I agree. Okay, so do you remember the kid that played Penguin?
It had nothing to do with school.
He was the ADHD kid in Accepted.
Oh, really?
The blonde kid that was talking a million miles a minute. I was like, I thought that was wild.
Honestly, though, my favorite comedy one, while I liked Accepted, New Guy.
Yes.
Was one of my favorites.
Hey. That's a good one about starting over, trying to be cool.
But you're still going to school.
No, that's what I'm saying. But that's
look at me.
Like going.
Look at me.
No.
In high school, popularity in the contest, it's a war, and Dizzy Harrison is his greatest casualty, because see, behind the so-called hero is a pissed off old dude that don't get no credit. That's Eddie Griffin's monologue.
I know, man, but damn, you can't fucking know it.
And did I know it word for word?
And then he's like, what happened to you?
See, really,
and he's like,
his story,
I got
my story.
I got duct tape, and they put a fake breast on me, and maybe that's where I was on. He's like, all right, you ain't.
Yeah. No.
He was so funny.
Just roll on the ground, you'll be all right.
No. What was great was they're trying to compare, whose high school experience was worse, and he goes, I had an 81-year-old librarian break my dick. He's like, you win.
And he says, son, I repeat, do not do that. Freaking s'more to the eyeball.
See, son, when you go off to college, me and this home will go with you. Dad, I repeat, do not do that. I repeat, do not. Just roll around it. You'd be all right.
That movie was so funny.
Full Metal Jacket.
I love DJ Qualls.
When they're making all those new IDs, this is your new driver's license. This is your new fake ID. This is for the Players Club. That's not natural.
No, when he's in the mall and he's like, y'all ever had somebody break your dick in front of the whole choir? They're all like,
can I get an
amen? Hallelujah.
Back to school, baby. That really is, another film about, like you said, starting over. But I mean, realistically, he was bullied.
Yeah.
And he felt like
fuck bullying. We do not condone bullying. Fuck bullying.
What did they call themselves? They had a nickname for him.
I don't know, but hashtag stop bullying. Yeah,
but so when he gets the makeover and he goes to the new school and he goes, they're like, who was the first person that
sorry.
Zoe goes, I see a little Brad Pitt in there, and the little Asian guy goes, and a little Anne Heche. Does that make me gay? He spends the whole movie trying to prove he's not gay. And I'm like,
I know, it's so funny.
Does that make me gay?
And then I love the end where he holds up her arm.
Yeah.
Just to check to see if she's shaved.
He's like, I'm totally not gay.
Like, what made me laugh was Vanilla Ice.
Ice, baby.
When they take the microphone and they're like, Dizzy Harrison, we found your balls.
Yeah.
And he says, that's my microphone. And he starts elbow dropping them.
So funny.
Love that movie.
All I gotta say, I gotta add this for my boy. I figured whenever I got out of school, as I grew up, I was like, man, I don't want to wake up for school. I'm tired of waking up for school. I'm tired of going to school. I'm just tired of it. I'm ready to be just out of high school and be done with it and just not wake up for school no more. Well, guess what? I never took into account of being a father. And whenever my boy got old enough to go to school, and I actually had to wake up for school, even though I don't have to go to school, but I still got to wake up for school.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
I never thought about that. So when he started going to school last year, doing a school routine, I'm just like, man, waking up for school sucks. And like, I'm older, and like, I don't even got to do it. I ain't got to do it. I ain't got to go to school, but it just sucks. You got to wake up, you got to do all that stuff. I can't stay up late. I'm a night out. I can't do nightly stuff. I can't.
Do you notice how back then we didn't understand why our parents pushed us so much, and now that we're older, we're like, that totally makes sense now. And we want the best.
You gotta what's the word? You gotta compensate for time.
Yeah.
For stalling.
Like,
you know? You gotta compensate.
Like there are so many things now that I understand that my mom tried to tell me back then, and I'm like, and now it's like, oh, wait, that totally makes sense.
Yeah. Like we'll have like a late alarm. Like I tell them, like when that goes off, I'm like, oh, if this, like when that went off, I'm like, oh, now that means we're late, even though like we still got like it's just like 5, even though we still got 5 or 10 minutes before like we actually have to be out the door. It's just more of like getting him up. Mm-hmm. As soon as he hears that and you hear, oh, we're late, and he's like, oh.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember back to the first vlog when you took him to his first day of school, how excited he was in the video.
He did not like it.
I don't know if I showed the other part where he immediately realized, oh, mom and dad's not coming with me.
Yeah, it was so hard.
I don't think you put it in the vlog, but you showed it to me.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he does this year, and I hope he's like
dude, he's going to tell you to piss off.
He says he's excited to see his friends that he made last year for school. He made a couple friends. I'm not going to say their names or nothing. We made a couple kid friends.
You know, he's going to go to school and tell them about how he hijacked a couple of dad's vlogs. You know.
Yeah. I told him, I said, when you go to school and they ask you about your summer, I'm like, tell them about it. And he's like, what do I say? And I'm like, dude,
tell
what do you think
you went on
vacation? You got a trampoline? Like, I'm just like, dude, tell them what you did this summer.
Tell them that, you know, dad went off and forgot Uncle Adam and, you know, took him to get donuts like a douche.
Excuse me. I like me some Krispy Kreme. I wanted a father-son moment.
But no, it's just like, I so much has changed with him in the last year.
Yeah, oh yeah. But speaking of, since we're running around that spooky time season, we're gonna have to hit another double dose of action with a little Krispy Kreme trip to a Spirit Halloween trip. We need some Joe Hammer time.
And you know
Hammer Stone time.
We're gonna have to go check out the new one in Granite.
I know Granite. Alton's got a new one. It's the old Office Max.
Yep.
It's just time to get that Spirit Halloween on, everybody.
Very ready.
And whenever we get close to it too, we might have to do like a little afterlife, after dark podcast episode.
We should
Beetlejuice. Oh shit.
We should definitely make October like all like spooky talk.
We already talked horror movies.
Ryan,
don't
get messed up. Don't get messed up.
Talk horror movies. So what else?
Don't get messed up. There's plenty of things. Plenty of things.
Let's talk about the movie Spirit Halloween, based off of the Spirit Halloween, not sponsored by Spirit Halloween.
Didn't we watch that?
Yeah, with Christopher Lloyd. That sucked. It was
I don't even really remember.
It was like a lame Goosebumps. No, like a real lame Goosebumps, and I'm not even talking the Jack Black Goosebumps. I'm talking the lame Goosebumps. The Haunted Mask, anybody?
I'm going to punch you in the nuts if you disrespect the 90s Goosebumps again.
I'm kidding. The 90s Goosebumps is the Bumblebee. I'm disrespecting the remakes.
We don't talk about them.
Will they go back to school?
I liked the Goosebumps series on Disney.
Oh, you know what? They don't have nothing to do with school. They're on summer break or spring break. No, they're on spring break or summer break. Or fall break. Remember?
No.
Do you ever sit back and rewatch these things and wonder what the heck we were on when we were doing this? Because I'll be like,
a little bit of that.
I'm like, did we really just do that? What the heck was wrong with it?
I don't even think either of you even like or listen to the videos afterwards on Spotify or YouTube, do you?
I don't on Spotify.
Yeah, I don't do Spotify.
I feel like we have one follower on Spotify, and it's myself.
Spotify's not one that I like. Yeah. I don't use Spotify.
We get the least amount of views on our Spotify. We literally get like less than 3 to 5 views per episode. Sometimes not even 1. Sometimes not even. And then we get 0.
Well, that's because Spotify sucks.
Well, you know what? I thought I would dip my toes in it because that's where the podcast goes. I'm thinking about eventually joining Rumble. Rumble's
I've been hearing about that lately.
Yeah, I've never heard of Rumble.
It's like the new YouTube.
Yeah.
And anything goes, anything and everything. You get. Or I don't mean like porn or something. Yeah. I mean like you can do like uncensored stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and not have to worry about YouTube censor laws and all that BS.
Which is crap.
If you know, things.
Do they have the 5-star rating?
I don't know, but if things go well on there too, like that platform actually offers monetization as well and all that stuff too.
That'll be cool.
I've actually thought about joining Rumble, but I don't know anybody who watches Rumble except for me and David.
I've got a couple of friends that are on Rumble, and they had nothing but good things to say about it.
Well, son of a bee. Why didn't nobody tell me?
Because you don't ask. We don't tell. We're just like the military.
I didn't know about it, so I can't help you.
I just wrote down a note to kill TJ after the podcast is over.
Okay. Well,
you're not telling me.
We're coming up on the hour.
I don't care.
That's great.
I'm going to go back to school to prove that I'm not a fool. Back that and back that.
So now you're... What are you from?
Ryan.
Are you from New Delhi now? Are you an Indian, Billy Madison? You're making me want to pick up drinking again.
Hi, I'm Adam Sandler when I get hit in the face with a shovel.
She can't help but laugh at that.
It's my favorite when he does. I love Little Nicky. It's my favorite.
You know, okay, it might not be a high school movie, but I'm excited about Billy Madison or Happy Gilmore too.
You know what I really love about you? Your juicy heart-shaped honey. I mean, gelato.
Okay.
I come with you into getting a gelato. I don't think we've ever veered off more.
It smells good.
Oh God!
It tastes better than the gelato.
For the audio audience listening, they not see that, you are very lucky. You maybe should just listen to it from now on because you've seen something that you'll never get out of your head. TJ just licked my hand. Alrighty, he went all Hanson on me from Scary Movie 2. Oh, I don't know what the hell that is, but I lick it anyway.
No, I went Nikki when he licked her freaking perfume.
That too.
And said it tastes better than the gelato.
Oh my goodness, bro. How do we end on like the coolest back to school movie ever? What about John Lovitz's High School High? Remember that movie, High School High?
No.
That's an old one.
I'm amazed that you did not just catch your own faux pas there. How do we end on the coolest back to school movie? How about Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh, that one too. Back to
School. Or, I haven't seen it. What was that Mark Harmon film?
I don't know, dude.
He played a slacker.
Didn't you name like so many cool movies that's not even on this list? What did you name earlier? I could have swore besides like Kindergarten Cop and because it was Billy Madison and Kindergarten Cop that really set it off, and then you kept naming movies, and I was like, okay, we're doing it now.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So is there
it's late. I'm tired.
Else?
It's my bedtime.
Yeah. All right. So this was episode 17.
Yep. I mean, I want to end it on obviously a positive note, but I also want to throw out some safekeepings for everybody going back to school, for the parents, for the kids, any kids walking to and from school, bicycle riding the bus, carpooling with friends, anything. Just please be safe in school. Watch your surroundings, watch your people. Keep an eye out for suspicious activity and just be as safe as possible. Anytime, outside of school, workplace, anything, just in this world today. But just be safe out there, guys.
You know, on another positive note, any of y'all feel like, you're being bullied or you just can't, go on, you can message any of us.
We'll listen.
Sarah's a very good listener when it comes to people's problems. She gives really good advice. Me and Ryan are the jokers, but at the same time,
so serious.
People have come to us with a lot of serious problems.
I've talked to people off the books, private messaging, text messaging, calling, stuff like that.
I mean, do you remember when you were off the internet completely for like a year and a half, and you would occasionally call me because you were going through a depressed state,
and I didn't want to upload a vlog.
And
because it's easier just not to.
It just sometimes you just need an ear. You need to know that somebody gives a crap.
You need a friend.
And like they said, they're 35 years old. I'm 37. We've lived through life.
Ages.
We have gone through our fair share of things. Right?
It's your life experiences. That's true about what they say. As you get older, you really do become wiser because of life experiences. You learn things. You learn from them. You let it make or break you, as they say. And, that's just, you just got to roll with the punches.
On a very, very different note, I am going to take a moment here. And I'm going to wish a very happy birthday to Kaylee. Kaylee will be 13 this year.
I don't know Kaylee, but happy birthday, Kaylee.
Happy birthday.
Kaylee is basically she's now my daughter.
Hey!
Dad wanted nothing to do with her. And,
What do you mean? You're her dad. Of course you want everything to do with her.
She's a good kid.
Down on herself, bro. Come on, don't do that.
There's moments where she goes through depressive states and she'll call me or, and, the other day she asked me, she goes, how come you don't ever come hang out anymore? Because I haven't been over in 2 months because of my foot. And, I feel bad. But, that right there, just listening, being there, that could make somebody's entire world, because now she doesn't feel like that people don't care about her.
Right.
All because of the fact that I spend time with her. I take her on, I guess you can call them daddy-daughter dates, whatever, And for those of you who get mad, the last one I took her on was I took her to see Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't care.
Oh!
But, it's little things like that they're going to remember.
Yeah.
You, like, your last vlog from a couple weeks ago. Not the one you just posted.
Absolutely nothing to do with school.
No, not the one you just posted.
I was going to say, can't we end this already? Well, I'm tired and I got to pee.
When you two took Dutch on a daddy date and a mom and son date, Dutch is going to look back at this and he's going to remember that. And,
that's the point.
Those moments matter most because you blink.
They're gone.
And you're out of high school almost 20 years.
Yep.
Yeah, no joke. Enjoy school, enjoy life, enjoy every minute.
It's wild.
It's anybody out there. I mean, honestly, if you're in elementary school listening to these podcasts, you might need a little parental guardian. You might need a little sensor. Earmuffs. Old school earmuffs. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for listening. And with all that said, you went through the stabs that both rocks. That's one of your favorite quotes.
What?
The mindset.
Oh. I'm gonna do it.
Stay happy, stay positive, stay in that mindset. We're out.
Sponsored by RBG Studios. Please stay safe. Fuck bullying. Mental health matters. Rub your heart.
Man, what's with you and the cursing?
Because it's real talk. Uncensored. We'll be explicit. Parental advisories.